Before we start this video, do like and subscribe to our channel and not miss on any updates.
How to score 60 plus in AFM in the upcoming attempt. So friends, today I am going to tell you what are the few things that you should do. Of course, we'll be covering what are the kind of topics that you should focus on, what are the key number of question papers that you should solve, what are the problems that you should be solving, what are the formulae that you should remember. I'll give you a broad idea of what are the things that you should do in order to score more than 60 in AFM in CA final. Now, AFM is a very scoring subject, and if you look at the papers of late of November 24 or May 24, there have been slight tricky questions, but then the question paper was always still had a very high chance of scoring 60 or more than 60. Now, there are few things that I wish to highlight for you so that you can score the 60 marks. First point, very first point that I want all of you to pay attention is please finish the syllabus. Please finish the syllabus 5 months before the exam. Okay, please don't start your syllabus 5 months before the exam, and I'm referring specifically to AFM. And here, if you want 60 plus marks in AFM, then your syllabus has to be complete minimum 5 months before the exam. Why am I saying this? Because AFM is a lengthy subject. It takes 200 hours is our class length itself. So it will take you another 200 hours to understand. So there's a lot of work, background work that you need to do. See, there are some people, exceptions, who can study very little and then go and write in the exam. All of us don't fall in that category. Okay. Most of us are just above average or below average. So most of us need to spend time. So you should finish the syllabus 5 months in advance. This is number one. Okay, this is number one. Then number two, what you should do is you should attempt at least 3 mocks in the last 5 months. 3 full-fledged mocks, and this applies to all the subjects of CA final. Okay, you can ignore IBS, but rest of the 5 subjects, please attempt 3 full-fledged mocks, and please attempt these mocks early enough. Okay, 1 in Jan, 1 in Feb, 1 in March. Please don't attempt all these mocks in April last week. Just after 1 week ahead, your exam is there, and then you will sit and write mocks. Please don't make that mistake. Attempt these mocks in Jan, Feb and March so that you actually get feedback as to how good are you in exam environment. What are the topics that you have missed? Okay, this is the second thing. What are the topics that you have confused with? So this is the second thing. Please attempt 3 mocks at least. Then last 3 years exam papers and RTPs. Your November 24 paper was very good. May 24 paper was slightly easy. November 23 paper was okay. Old syllabus. It doesn't matter. Don't bother about this AFM, SFM distinction. Okay. Papers were good. So last 3 years, please go through the papers of AFM and SFM thoroughly. Okay. I mean, when I say thoroughly, genuinely thoroughly. Please don't flip the pages. Please go through each question. Understand the intricacies of the question, look at the solutions, look at what the faculty are saying, right? And see whether you can actually answer that, whether that idea strikes you at that particular point in the exam environment. In fact, my suggestion always would be take one of these exam papers as a mock. That gives you a very solid idea of your preparation. Then, next part, focus topics. See, while I am not a fan of ABC analysis, even though I give out my important questions and all of that, I give important questions from every chapter, okay? While I am not a fan of ABC analysis, I particularly believe that these 4 or 5 chapters, Forex, derivatives, interest rate risk management, portfolio management and advanced capital budgeting decisions cover roughly 40 to 50 marks. If you are very thorough with these chapters, right? If you are very thorough with these chapters, both from largely from a practical perspective and some bit of theory also, there is a very high chance that you will score 60 plus. See, now in these chapters, if you look at that Sharpe's optimal portfolio or fate of forward contracts, things like that, some people may get confused. Okay, especially Sharpe's optimal portfolio, I tell everybody not to study. But fate of forward contracts, some people can understand, some people cannot understand. Keep that aside. Ignoring that alone, if you are 100% prepared for these 5 topics in the exam, it is, if you have full control, full authority on these 5 topics, it is very possible that you will score full marks in these topics, which will help you score more than 60 in the eventual exam. Okay. Then focus on new topics. New topics addition in theory and practical, very specifically. Even in November 24, we saw they asked questions about real options. Then same way, they asked question about succession planning. These are all additions between SFM and AFM. All these new topics which have been added in AFM, in fact, we have a list of these new topics. Please go through that, okay, and spend time on those new topics both from a theory and practical perspective, because questions will be asked. They make all the critical difference in you getting the 60 plus marks, okay. Then coming next, know all formulae, okay? Know all tricky formulae, what is convexity, then what is volatility of a bond, what is price sensitivity, what is, Black-Scholes with dividend, then you have what is the weight of two securities in a portfolio so that the variance is at minimal. So things like that, these are all tricky formulae. See, it is not as if they're very, very tough, but you need to solve problems. You need to read them every day. You need to go through them every day. You need to repeat them every day over a period of at least 2 to 3 months when you will remember them. If you don't do that and expect that magically in exam, there will be one light which will get all the formula into your head, it will not happen. Okay, please know all tricky formulae and revise them. I'm not asking you to by heart. I'm saying go through them every day for 2 months. You'll remember them automatically. So, okay, that is one. Then remember all twisted terms. Just as I said now, what is price sensitive, what is modified duration versus Macaulay duration. Half the people actually get confused. What is convexity, what is a convexity formula, people will get confused. Okay, in real options, what should I consider as S0, what should I consider as K, people will get confused. These tricky terms, spend time. Please create your own short notes and write them. In fact, you can carry this tricky terms for your IBS paper also because it's open book, right? So, please make a list of all these terms and note them down as you move along chapter by chapter. Please don't make over, preparation in terms of every single theory point. No. See, we have given a book called P380 Plus, which has a lot of it. But you also need to spend time and identifying key things. What is a pass-through certificate? What is a pay-through certificate? What is the difference between those two? In securitization chapter. Right? You should definitely know things like that. What is open-ended fund? What is closed-ended fund, mutual fund? Things like that. Tricky terms, please spend time on it. Okay? I'm not saying, try to by hand. I'm just saying note them down and have a glance at it every day. Then this AFM cannot be done in 2 to 3 months. I know one odd student who has done it, but there is again and again I'm repeating, it is exception. Please don't be under this false impression or your own imagination that everything can happen in last 2 to 3 months. It will not happen. Institute is going to make papers tricky. Even if they don't make it tricky, you are prepared for the worst paper. Then you will do your best. Okay. So please focus on preparation definitely for last 5-6 months. Don't do this 2 months, 3 months battle. Then solve all problems in P600 Plus. So if you guys know, I have this compiler called P600 Plus. Please do access it. Okay, it is given to all our enrolled students. You can buy it from us. This compiler has entire 600 plus questions from past exams, RTP, MTP, suggested answer, then practice manual, ICA study material. Everything is covered. If you solve this, you will get tremendous amount of confidence when you go into the exam. This kind of question I think I solved. Even if they twist the question, you will be in good level of confidence that I can solve it. Right? That is the 9th one. And last point, focus on all topics. Please don't bother about ABC analysis. See, you can look at ABC analysis on last day. Why am I saying last day? Anyway, last day, whatever you study, very little go into your head. Okay. These 5 months, please don't begin with this misconception or wrong impression that I will do ABC analysis from 5 months before the exam. Arre Baba, aisa mat karo. Please, don't do this ABC analysis from 5 months before. Please study everything thoroughly. Please study everything conceptually. Go deep into the subject. And if at all you want to look at ABC analysis or important questions, look at it in the last 10 days, 1 week or 1 month. First 4 months, please focus on revision and all that. What is the first line I said? Finish syllabus 5 months before. After that, focus on all topics for next 4 months. Then, in the last month, look at important questions and ABC analysis or whatever. Because I don't think ABC analysis is of any great value. I'm not a subscriber to it. I still give important questions, but I still don't subscribe to this. This topic is important, this is not important. Topic may have weight. Okay. What they will ask, nobody knows. They asked Nostro Vostro last attempt. How many people remember that? Right? Examination questions can be asked in CA examinations, questions can be asked from anywhere. Okay. So, when you are 5 months, 6 months away from the exam, please do not be under this ABC analysis or a misconception. Okay. So, these are the points I think if you follow, you will definitely get 60 plus in CA final AFM exams, even if the question paper is tough. Okay, and please remember, it is not just a practical exam, there are theory questions also, so you have to study for theory also. Okay, so please remember this. In case you require any support or you have any specific queries or you have any doubts, please feel free to ping me on my forums. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel. Please comment on this video. The more people comment, the more likes we have, the more there is reach and more actually people will get benefited from this kind of analysis. Okay, so all the very best students, and please prepare very well for your upcoming May 25 CA final exams, specifically AFM exams. All the very best.